Hello and welcome to Carlisle for round 5 of the 2014 West Wales Rally Spares R.A.C Championship. It's the DMACK Carlisle Stages and it promises to be a cracking little event, punchy, fast-paced, suited to drivers and clubmen alike. It's about keeping costs down and excitement right up. And over the next hour and a half we'll bring you plenty of excitement with myself and David Addison bringing you all the action from 6 fantastic stages. Ray the sole Mini, but here to represent the Minis.
Yeah, we're here. I'm here on my own this weekend. Yeah, I know the boys are just busy, so we said we'd come over. We're doing the championship anyway, so I said, right, let's go. I've heard good reports about the event, and the stages look really good on the little DVD, so yeah, I'm looking really forward to it. I like a little bit of rain, but I don't think that's going to happen today. I'd prefer the wet, but no, looking forward to it. Hope the stages really live up to their name.
Graham, seated at the front once again. They love piling the pressure on you.
Well, yeah, why not? It's okay. It might be a benefit today if it's dusty. So think of the positives, don't you?
It couldn't be more different from the Severn Valley in terms of the stages. They were open, wide flowing. Generally up here it's a tighter, more technical event.
I can't remember being up here for many years, so I can't really remember it. We don't have the DVD, so we haven't looked at anything like that.
So that's just a little bit of inside knowledge from me, is it?
Yeah, new information.
Yeah, no, it's not been great last few events, particularly the previous one where we only made it to the start of the first stage. But hopefully, fingers crossed for today. We did the test yesterday and it seemed to be running nicely, so due a change of look.
It's a car of frustrations, isn't it? Because when it runs, it really runs.
Yeah, no, it's really quick when it's running, so we're hoping, and these stages might suit it actually, so if it's reliable, we're hoping for a good result.
Stuart, great to see you out once again. It's a beautifully prepared car and a car prepared with reasonable costs in mind.
It is indeed, yeah. We do nearly everything ourselves, partly because we enjoy it and partly because it saves paying somebody else.
It's a fantastic entry, isn't it? I was just saying to Barry, the 1600 field is so competitive.
It is. I mean, last year it seemed to fade a bit, but this year it's good, yeah. I mean, we've got 6 in the class today with 6 on the Severn Valley. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, we're on it now, I think, and hopefully I'm the man to catch. All talking in the pits now, everyone wants to catch me, so I've got to pull my finger out today and keep it in front of them.
These northern rounds are becoming really popular, a real northern challenge element to every round we do now.
Yeah, they are, and it's nice to see more 1600 cars out. You know, running at the front's a bonus, and you know it's more a budget rallying. These tyres will do me 2 events. Big difference for the big money lads at the front. This is what it's about. You know, clubman rallying.
No, you got to keep on it. Yeah, Severn Valley was tough, tight. Same today. There's so many in the top 10 potential winners. And the 4 or 5 directly behind, you can almost toss a coin really and take your pick. So yeah, plenty of quick people there. It's going to be very tough. Might just come down to whoever has the cleanest run, avoids a puncher, and just hooks it at best. It's going to be hot, tricky, very slippery on the marbles. So keep it on the road and do your best and see what everyone else does really.
Matthew, this event should play right into your hands. It's a hard charge from the beginning.
Play right into my hands. Have you seen who's in front and behind me, Ollie? Yeah, no, it's good. I think we'll be all right. It'll start quick, and it'll develop, won't it? And we'll see what happens. So, but yeah, no, I think we're generally not too bad out of the box. So we'll see what we can do, eh?
Yeah, we're going to have a good go today and see what we can do. Again, the stages are a bit more tricky around here, so we'll have to keep our wits about us.
It's definitely not the open flow in Severn Valley, is it?
God, no. Still looking lovely stages, but no, they're not. They don't look as forgiving as Severn Valley.
Matt, I don't need to remind you, but I will anyway. It couldn't have got much worse on the Severn Valley, but it's a new day and a new rally.
That's it. Yeah, we're already doing better than we were a couple of weeks ago, so that's good. But looking forward to it. Stages are generally quite good to us up here, and looking forward to a good battle again.
Yeah, it always is. I think this championship's awesome. The top 10, anyone can win it, and you've got to be on it from the word go. Because once you lose a couple of seconds on one corner, you could make you 6th or 7th overall. It's that close.
Are you happy that you've had a little bit more time in the car once again, a little bit more development, and keep pushing the car forward?
Yeah, it's seat time I always lack. It's nice to get back in the car. It wasn't long since the Severn Valley, so hopefully we won't be too rusty.
No, I'm not going to go flat from the beginning. As I said before, take it easy for this year and have a go at them next year. Just trying to get a bit more miles and see what's what and see how we get on. A bit nervous today for some reason, don't know why. different part of the world maybe.
Yeah, the stages kind of suit us now. They're narrow and they're fast, which is more like what we're used to at home. But we're after putting fierce development into the car since the last rally, so we're hoping now it'll work out.
Problem with the exhaust apparently last night. I saw John absolutely covered in oil and God knows what cleaning it.
Yeah, it was just the centre box. It got a bit worn out, so he had a new one fitted it, and it was only just a random act. So it was grand, all fixed. We've a new box in, so we're fine out again.
David, it's not quite Killer Kielder, is it? But it's maybe Kielder's nasty little brother.
Yeah, it's next door to it. Yeah, it's this is more marbly than Kielder, the stage is normally. Looking at the DVD, I think I'm not far wrong. It's quite marbly. It stays marbly all the time. You think you get a clean line, and you more or less never do. But you know, it's okay.
Yeah, we're going to have no disasters on this one. Nice and gently, but go for a finish and try and beat David.
It's going to be a hard task. He knows it very, very well up here, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's been up twice already this year, so...
Yeah, we're happy with everything that's happened so far. Second in class on Amsleep, first event was a shock to me. I didn't expect that. And this time out, we've done the shakedown stage yesterday, so we're maybe a little bit more in tune with the car today than we would have been had we not done that. I think it was very beneficial to the event to use that, and it's a real nice day, and you get a chance to chat to the other drivers a bit more and everything. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Steve, it's great to see you out again. You've become a real patron of these northern rounds, if you like. You're really pushing them.
Well, we're here to practice for the R.A.C, that's the main thing, so we'll see how we go. I think we'll have a good battle between Pete Smith and Dave Kirby there, so we'll see how we go.
Perhaps a slightly steadier approach then, with one eye, as you say, on just learning and appreciating what's maybe coming up in November.
I don't think so. I think we have to go for it from day dot. From on the start line on the first stage, we've got to go for it, because Pete Smith's scone is fairly quick, so I try to get some time out of him first.
So that's the target, is it? We can draw a big bullseye on the back of his car.
We will try. Whether it succeeds, I don't know. We're going to have a go, yeah.
So with Category 1 and cars up to 1600cc leading the way once again on the 2014 West Wales Rally Spares R.A.C Championship, let's head out to that first stage and join our commentator for today. That's David Addison.
Welcome to the DMACK Carlisle Stages, and welcome to our Category 1 leaders Graham Waite and Jill Cotton. After struggling with the broken engine mounting on the Severn Valley stages last time out, Waite is enjoying a much better run so far. Irishman Ray Cunningham is once again wringing all the power out of his Mini Cooper to keep up. The Galway driver lies second after the opening two stages in Kershope and Newcastleton, and has Andrew Bush alongside. Third are Paul Mankin and Desmond Bell in their Lotus Cortina. Plagued by reliability issues this season, they will be pleased just to finish on a local event in this slimmer than usual Category 1 field. And John Everard and Mark Sharpley in the wonderful JD Garage Equipment Alfa Romeo Junior round out our Category 1 runners. Into Category 2 we go then, and it's David Stokes and Guy Weaver who lead the way in their Escort Mark 1. Stokes has years of experience in these forests, and it's really paying off. Our drone cam shows the cars early in Special Stage 2 in Newcastleton as the stage runs a few metres north of the Scottish border. Even on these morning stages, the dusty conditions are very apparent. Second, our husband and wife crew Chris and Ali Cornwell-Brown in their successful Escort Mark 1. Whatever the result, Chris will always have a big smile on his face despite the long journey north from Kent. Chris had originally looked at contesting the Ypres Rally in Belgium this weekend, but headed for Carlisle instead. In third, and leading Class C3, are David Kirby and Chris Rickson in their Escort Mark 1. David is never one to back off, and you can hear the engine working hard as he pushes the car. Phil Jobson and Arwell Jenkins continue their positive season with a good run into 4th place after 2 stages on a rally that runs in Phil's backyard. Robin Shuttleworth and Ronnie Roughhead are next in their red 1600cc Mark 1 Escort. This is another crew kicking up plenty of dust in the dry and warm conditions. Sadly, Stuart and Linda Carris were soon out of the rally after an oil pump problem. Next are Barry Jordan and James Grattan Smith, one of the championship supporters through Jordan Road surfacing. Ollie caught up with them earlier on in the season.
Barry, it's great to see you out, although a slight change of machinery from what we're used to.
Yeah, we're now in the Avenger, so Escort's a finish for us, really, to be honest. I think it's a financial and an age thing as well. We're perhaps getting a bit too old.
Well, you mentioned the fan as we were talking about it off camera. It's cost versus fun, isn't it? And you're going to have a whale of a time in this. Yeah,
I think, we've had a small test in it and we had big smiles and just thinking, we're really looking forward to it. Looking forward to the Avenger days.
The car is absolutely stunning from start to finish, and you're saying you've only actually had to put a little bit of work into it to get it to where you want it to be.
Yeah, we dropped on really, brought it off a friend and we've took it to bits and just altered a few bits, and Jamie spent a lot of time on it, a lot of hours, 2 12 o'clock nights this week, but no, it's turning out nice. It's a nice little package.
You say you've only done the brief test in it, but have you noticed, obviously there's going to be the power difference between the Escort and the car, but in terms of handling, is it going to be a totally different challenge?
I think for a Group 1 car, the handling won't be an issue. The hardest thing will be for me is when you need a bit of power and you put your foot down and nothing happens, so I think we've got to get used to not lifting off so much.
Talking to some of the other guys in a similar situation, they're saying it really is about changing the driving style, letting the power flow between the corners, because once you lose that momentum, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the big thing for us, is just sort of like keeping his foot in and just trying to carry the speed round the long sweeping corners, but we'll get there, I'm sure.
It's not just you being here as a competitor though, you've taken a vested interest in the championship and the development of it, and it must be phenomenal to see an entry like this.
Yeah, it's cracking. I mean, we've got a rake of cars here, and no, it's very, very good. The championship just seems to go from strength to strength, but behind the scenes and with Colin and that, there's a lot of hard work gone into it. They do listen to what the competitors want, and I think that's why it's such a good championship. You look forward to coming.
Next come Yorkshireman Steve Magson and Jim Goodman, paired together for the first time, despite being friends for nearly 40 years. Steve loves the Northern Rounds, but lost a lot of time on the opening stage in Kershope when the brakes jammed on. Finally, remember how all the crews said that this event could be cruel? Well, just ask Peter Smith and Patrick Walsh in the Opel Ascona how cruel. 60. As you can see from this in-car, they are battling with a rear puncture in Kershope, and despite the call on the notes from Patrick, Peter is unable to drag the Ascona out of the ditch and goes OTM.
Watch. Yeah, you got no wheel, yeah? No wheel.
Into Category 3 we go then, and renowned for their hard-charging approach, it's no surprise to see Matthew Robinson and the irrepressible Sam Collis lead the way after 2 stages. Matt Edwards actually set the pace over the opening stage, but was out in Newcastleton with an electrical failure. Matthew Robinson's all-out style is clear to see, and can be enjoyed even more with the use of our drone cam in the top right of your screen. Keep an eye out for that new feature throughout the show.
4 right, tightens to 8, tightens to 8. Stay middle over junction, 150. 5 left here, into 2 right over crest, slowing, 40, turn 9 left, 4 right, 9 left there. Into 3 left long, 230. 7 left on the end, 100, 7 left, 40, crest stay middle, then 130, keep it going, 4 right, don't cut there, 4 right, 200, slippy ahead, middle over jump into 1 right.
Second are Jason Pritchard and Phil Clark in their FIA specification and left-hand drive Escort Mark II. Jason also leads Category K and is coming on strong as a title contender as the season develops. Marion Evans and Ivan Jones lie third. Evans is still very much learning his stuff on the loose, so to be showing more experienced crews the way is quite something. He's never rallied in the Kielder region before. It's fair to say that Tim Pearcey is very pleased with his pace as he slots into 4th with Neil Shanks co-driving. In just his 3rd event of the year, he's showing all his skills, as we can see from this on-board action.
Hairpin left handbrake, on you go. Hairpin left handbrake. Then go 60 up. To the flat left into flat right long 100s. Then it's 3 left through the gate. 3 left through the gate. 60. To 3 right, tightens 6 right. 3 right, tightens 6. Easy. Then go through the junction, 150, to medium left, into easy right over crest, 40, turn square left, neat, turn square left, neat, then flat left long, 250, at the end it goes K left, 40, to flat crest 130 on you go.
Nick Elliott and Dave Price are a frustrated 5th after a wrong tyre choice in the opening stages that cost them a lot of time. Not that you'd know it though, as our drone cam again provides a stunning alternative view of the action. Let's head on board once again, this time with 6th placed Richard Hill and Pat Cooper.
To 6 left, don't cut. So coming up 176 left, don't cut, and 45 right, and then 130. Listen, very tight, hairpin left, don't cut. Very tight, hairpin left, don't cut. Posts and 60 to 4 right, tightens into 1 right, stay mid. 4 right, tightens into 1 right here, stay mid. 150 after 1 right. So 150 into 3 left keeping, into 6 right over crest, and listen, 6 right over crest, 40 slot square left keeping. So 6 right over crest, 40 slot square left keeping. Into 5 left long. That's 5 left long and 230 down to 2 left keeping. You can see it, 2 left keeping and 40 after that. So 40 to flat crest, go on, you okay over here, 130 to 4 right keeping.
It's 7th for number 7, as Darren Moon and Alan Walker slide their Category K Escort Mark II around the forest. The co-driver got his hands dirty yesterday, welding up a broken exhaust. 2 days earlier, Darren used the Escort to take his daughter Nicole to her school prom. James Potter and Bob Duck are into 8th after 2 stages, with yet another strong run in their Escort Mark II. They are leading contenders in the Kumho Clubman's Challenge, for crews contesting the event on no more than 6 tyres. Take a look at how the dust is hanging for the crews though, providing yet another challenge as there is little wind to move it on sections of stage through the trees. Ninth are Gareth Lloyd and Ryland James in the ex-Roger Clark Escort Mark II from championship sponsors Western Wales Rally Spares. Lloyd's passion for and knowledge of cars like this is renowned, and his company supplies everything needed to keep the cars in top condition. Tim Freeman and Paul Wakely round out our top 10 with another impressive run on just 6 tyres as they contest the Kumho Clubman's Challenge. Sadly, they are later destined to retire with a loss of oil pressure. Here they come close to visiting the same ditch as Peter Smith. Finally, for another look at how challenging these forests can be, let's head on board with Mike Reed and Joe Sturdy in their Escort Mark II. Reed is contesting just his 3rd rally after a long time away, and it does not end happily.
4 left over small crest, it's 5 right camber, 4 left over small crest. 60, 6 left, tightens and opens.
That's it.
So a look at the results after 2 stages then. Graham Waite leads Category 1 from Ray Cunningham, with Paul Mankin a pleasing 3rd and John Everard 4th in the Alpha. Category 2 is led by David Stokes from Chris Brown. Class C3 leader David Kirby is next, followed by Phil Jobson in the similar Escort Mark 1. Then it's another superb drive from Robin Shuttleworth as he takes 5th and the lead in Class C2. In overall terms, Matthew Robinson leads from Jason Pritchard. Marion Evans is going well in 3rd from Tim Piercy, who will be delighted with 4th so far. Nick Elliott finds himself further down than normal and rounding out the top 5. We'll be back with more action after this short break. Welcome back to the action, where it's a case of as you were in Category 1. Graham Waite still leads in the big Volvo Amazon, which is being thrown around with all the usual style. Second is Ray Cunningham in the iconic Mini, yet again showing just how quickly a Mini can be driven. Third is Newcastle-based Paul Mankin in his Lotus Cortina. And fourth, in a poorly sounding Alpha, are John Everard and Mark Sharpley. On to Category 2, where David Stokes continues to lead the way. Chris Brown is pushing hard in second. David Kirby and Chris Rickson continue to push on in third place, with Phil Jobson in fourth and still going well. Fifth are Robin Shuttleworth and Ronnie Roughhead. With Barry Jordan sixth in the Jordan Road Surfacing Avenger. Category 3 has Matthew Robinson showing the way. With Category K leader Jason Pritchard pushing in hard behind. Next up are Marion Evans and Ivan Jones. Fourth sit Tim Piercy and his Scottish co-driver Neil Shanks. Nick Elliott is still frustrated with his tyre choice, down in fifth. Richard Hill is chasing him down after his earlier puncture in sixth. Seventh are Darren Moon and Alan Walker. With James Potter and Bob Duck continuing in eighth. Ninth are Gareth Lloyd and Ryland James. And rounding out the top 10 are Tim Freeman and Paul Weekly. In the Walker Diecastings Category 1, it looks like this. Graham Waite leads from Ray Cunningham, with Paul Mankin in third and John Everard fourth, for now. The Capital Construction Category 2 has David Stokes leading from Chris Brown and then David Kirby. It's then Phil Jobson with Robin Shuttleworth hanging on in fifth. And finally, the Rob Smith Rallying Category 3 is led by Matthew Robinson, with Marion Evans second, Tim Piercy in third, and Nick Elliott fourth. Jason Pritchard heads Category K from Darren Moon. Let's head back and join Ollie with the crews at the end of the stage.
Graham, you look very, very warm. Hard work?
It is, yeah. We've just had an exciting moment in there. About a 600 straight, flat, and I left the brake in somewhat too late, so I had to go off backwards at the end of it.
Drop you plenty of time?
No, probably only about 10, 15, something like that.
Graham's having problems going off, and you're having problems with being able to see.
Yeah, well, there's a bit of dust hanging, but I think there's more dust ended up inside in the car, and they're very dusty, as in just your clouds of dust. Look, it's a warm day, it's brilliant, it's beautiful. Stages are fantastic. Did spot Graham's off, I think, on a square right back there. The hedge or the grass was down and all disturbed. It was tricky, you're breaking into it. You were very, very fast into it and came up all of a sudden. Stages are fantastic. As long as they don't cut up, which I've been told they won't, I'd say this is a brilliant rally.
It's hot and dusty, and the stages are actually quick but very, very loose on the top, so it's difficult to work out where you've got grip and where you haven't. But anyway, we're still going, which for us is a key achievement.
I hope so. I've tried hard anyway. We just have to fasten the steering wheel back on when we get back.
Wow. Yeah, that's not what you want. That is a lot of travel, I can suspect, especially down that 600.
If you keep it pushed away, it won't come off, will it?
Well, that's the theory, but I'm not sure you want to test it out for much longer.
No, we'll get it mended.
It really suits us. It's mint. We're having really good fun. Yeah. No, we just seem to settle in. I think it's a bit tricky and technical, ain't it? And I just think you've got to just drive and not go too mad-headed and see where you end up. No, to be honest, we cracking 3 stages, can't fault it, 100% bang on.
Very tough, very slippery. We're just sliding around, just balancing the car on the throttle. You're getting wheel spin in 4th gear, so it feels like we're all over the place doing nothing. I hope it's the same for everybody, but if somebody's got some rear tyres that are working better, they're going to fly, but we were just all over the place.
They were thoroughly enjoyable. We really enjoyed that. We'd like to come up here every week if we could. We had a few scary moments, but it's really loose on top. You just got to watch what you're doing. It's fairly narrow as well, so I'm trying to be a good boy.
We had a bit of a disaster in the first stage. About a mile from the end, we had a puncture. I think I made the wrong tyre choice for how abrasive the stages were this morning, and it just shredded them, that's all. So I think I'll try some different ones after service and see how we get on there.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the tyres more than anything. I don't think it matters what tyre you're on in a way. It's just a lot of pebbles. If you're not in them 2 tracks, yeah, the grip is a little bit what you call, but it's alright. I'm enjoying it. It's brilliant, isn't it?
No, we had an okay run the first stage. Car just felt a bit loose, but I just think it's the surface, and I didn't have the confidence, so I didn't want to go off. So we just took our time, and it's going okay. Got a bit of a drama. Phil's helmet stopped working at the start, so quick switch to the helmets before the start of the stage, and it was all alright.
But it's great fun. The stages are just fantastic. You know, it's good to be back in the car with Neil. We're building up a bit of confidence, but you know, we're really enjoying it so far. The stages are fantastic.
We are having so much fun. Got a punch on that last one, and kept going, and the last bit was straight. It'd be interesting, but we're really on it. Just hope I'm catching David or not. I don't know.
We're having fun. He's saying he's shot his tyres to bits by not changing them. Did you go for a change?
No, I didn't. We didn't have time for a change. We only just made the control and not changing the tyres. But you know, that's rallying, but it makes it more fun. But
James,
yeah,
you said at the beginning it'd be a bit of a war of attrition, and it's proving to be so already.
I think it is, yes. We're still on target for our 6 tyres. We've got down to the canvas on the first 2, so we'll have another 2 this afternoon and still keep going, hopefully.
Tims are absolutely shot to pieces on the yellow one, already doing the Kumho Clubman's Championship. There's nothing left of them.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. It's not just me then.
I think everyone is pretty much running on the bare canvas.
I can believe that. Definitely, I can believe that. It is hard in there, very hard and fast in there. We'll see how we go. We'll be here at the end, hopefully.
We haven't had a good stage yet, to be honest. I think Owen Murphy must have had a problem on the first stage, so we caught him and got stuck behind him for quite a while in the dust. And then on stage 2 we had a puncture to drive to the end, and then on that last stage we just had a spin. I think it's because one of the tyres on the back is a lot newer than the other, and it just sort of stepped out the wrong way and sort of had to stall and reverse. And
if it's any consolation, I think everyone we've spoken to, even Nick at the front, is saying I'm backing off. It's so marbly, it's so difficult.
Yeah, it is. It's so slippery. Some of the bends you've got good grip and it gives you a bit of confidence, and then all of a sudden you get to one bend and it just sort of floats through the bend, and you have a few bends and just sort of taking it a bit steady. But yeah, we're getting there.
He certainly looked like he was very hard working there.
Yeah, tough that was. It was, but fantastic, absolutely brilliant stages. Just getting the feel of it there towards the end, and it's coming together. But yeah, absolutely magic, perfect conditions.
A lot of guys saying they've had problems, little offs, little woes and woos.
Yeah, you can see a few tyre marks going into the trees where people have locked up, and because you get in the dust and you can't quite see the corner, and you can imagine jumping on the brakes and just sliding a bit, but you can see the marks where they've been. So they're there, aren't they? They have been there.
Yeah, well, a lot better than it was on the Severn Valley. We managed to get through the 3rd stage without putting it on its roof, so it's it's going well. Very, very slippery. It's like marbles out there. So first time up here. It'd be interesting to go back to Wales and sort of be able to push a bit harder.
It seems strange because everyone seems to be saying the same thing. No one seems to actually have swept the road for anyone yet.
Nothing at all. There's no real braking points. You know, you sort of coming down into corners and think, you know what, I should be slowing up here. And then when you do hit the brakes, you find yourself going pretty sideways into a corner. So it's we're about where we want to be. Let's keep it steady, keep it on the island, really.
Tom, difficult work, but you look quite relaxed about it.
Maybe too relaxed, that's the problem. There's quite a lot of stones being kicked up, so it's dangerous of punctures it's quite loose in the top as well, so it's quite slippy in places.
It's a case of getting into a rhythm by the sounds of it, because it's difficult to get into that rhythm though.
It is. You know, there's a lot of fast flowing stuff, and once you do get into that, it's quite good, but there's a bit of dust hanging in the air as well. So just keep going.
Back on the stages then, and the impending loss of Ray Cunningham on the second loop of stages means Graham Waite has a slightly easier run in the lead of Category 1. Paul Mankin is ready though in second, should Waite slip up at any point. Ray Cunningham's retirement is a sad one. He retires with a broken drive shaft near the end of Newcastleton and loses out on valuable championship points. In Category 2, Stokes and Weaver now hold a commanding lead, but will be sure to push all the way to the end of the final stage. Chris Brown is absolutely flying. The Kent driver has really got into the groove over the last 2 stages and is showing why he is so well regarded. David Kirby is on for a Category 2 podium finish in 3rd and victory in Class C3 in his bright green Mark 1 Escort. Just behind Kirby in Class C3 are Phil Jobson and Arwell Jenkins in the Escort Mark 1, made famous in the 1970s by Noel Edmonds. Robin Shuttleworth is giving every ounce of power his 1600cc Mark 1 Escort has to offer in an attempt to catch Jobson. Shuttleworth also heads Class C2. And keeping him honest is Barry Jordan, who is certainly enjoying just his 3rd event in the new Hillman Avenger. On to the overall situation we go, and it's all changed at the top as Jason Pritchard goes on the offensive on the 2nd run through Kershope and is 10 seconds quicker to push past Matthew Robinson and take the rally lead. Robinson has not had any trouble to speak of and continues what he describes as a steady run in 2nd place. Marion Evans slides his way into 3rd place, just off the pace of Pritchard and Robinson. On board with 4th place Tim Piercy. Let's enjoy some of stage 4 in Newcastleton with this impressive crew.
6 right at the Arrows, then 80 to 3 left in, and K right in late maybe. 80 to flat fast left in, on you go, and flat right very long, keep it in, on you go. 450 through the trees, all the way. Then it's flat right brave, 40 to fast left. 60 to flat left, 40. Care, fast right long, and 3 left over crest bump. 30 slowing. 3 left over crest bump, 30 slowing. Right is over crest, then left and hairpin right handbrake. It's just at the tape. 40, 6 right. 150. And then it's hairpin left, continues, tightens through junction. Keeps going, then nips. Here. 40 to 6 right long. 40.
Richard Hill jumps ahead of Nick Elliott to claim some crucial extra championship points. Elliott is having to be mindful not to let his frustrations with tyres boil over into a mistake that could end his rally. Darren Moon and Alan Walker clearly have a bit of a thing for the number 7 as they slide car 7 into 7th place and 2nd in category K. James Potter and Bob Duck are running well in 8th. Gareth Lloyd pushes hard in 9th and he's tussling for 3rd in category K with fellow West Wales crew Thomas Davis and Di Roberts. 10th are Davis and Roberts, who are having a relatively quiet rally back in their normal car after late dramas on the Severn Valley. 11th are twins Phil and Mick Squires in the rally and competition equipment Escort. Mick is back from his holiday in Barbados, so will at least be used to this unusual Kielder heat. Owen Murphy is having a tough time in the Lotus Sunbeam, down in 12th overall after a major pedal box problem on the opening stage. But the front-running pace of the car and driver is clear to see, and Olly caught up with him earlier this season.
Owen, the man taking the fight to the Escorts.
Yeah, it is a bit of a challenge for us, right? This came about last year with John Lee. He approached us, see would we be interested in coming back and beating England. So we've done a couple of years in a 206 over here, and we've done the Fiesta Challenge, and we didn't think we'd actually ever come back racing in England, so England and Wales and Scotland. So it's great to have the opportunity to come back and in something different.
You touched on it there. Your background is very much not in the historic car that you're rallying now.
Yeah, it's I do a bit of it. My father has a collection of Sunbeam and Avengers cars, and that's how we actually came about meeting John Leahy. So it was mainly front wheel drive, and I do a lot of rallying in an Evo at home as well. So it really is stepping back in time, really.
It's not just stepping back in time, though, is it? It's stepping back in a priceless piece of rallying history, so no pressure not to put it in a ditch.
Yeah, it's in fairness to Johnny, it's amazing to have an ex-Works car out with that kind of calibre, an ex-Russell Brooks car, and a proper Talbot Sunbeam Lotus. As you say, a lot of people would have it stuck in a museum, but at least John has it out and the crowds are singing, and everywhere we go we get huge response from it.
They're not just seeing it though, are they? It makes an almighty noise. It's like nothing I've ever heard before.
Yeah, it is a lot different than a BDA Escort or a BDA XR, but there's a fierce racket. I'd be deaf after 2 days, for the next 2 days after being inside it for a weekend.
Do you think about it? Does it come into your mind, you know, when you get in the car, right, this is history, it's not just your history, it's not just your car, it's something that everyone probably in the country can relate to, remember seeing that car?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think the car is 5 years older than me, so a lot of people I meet are saying we saw that competing in the R.A.C. back in 81, and it's amazing when people come up saying that. I think it's bringing back a lot of older people's youth now, so they're loving to see it.
Have you spoken to Russell or Mike about the car?
Yeah, we've I done a couple of track days, Goodwood as well with Russell Brooks. It's great to get his side of the story as well from it, so he's delighted to see the car back out competing. So
in terms of the pace then, obviously massive frustration on Hamsterley with gearbox issues, but that was probably the closest you've been to the Escorts.
Yeah, we're getting closer all the time. I mean, the big problem is the Escorts, even the historic cars, they're being still developed with the past 25 years or so, and the development on the Sunbeam stopped, so we're really starting from scratch again, you could say. I know we're changing springs constantly and changing everything on the car. We're constantly changing. It's getting better and better all the time. We said this year it'll take us the whole year to start getting competitive, so from the get-go we've been touching on podium places, and now we're really battling with the kind of top few. We're still a small bit away, but we have another few developments on the way. This should be in the Neath Valley. The car should be at its ultimate, we reckon, so we're working away all the time, and hopefully we'll get closer and closer.
I suppose the narrower stages up on Hamsterley perhaps don't suit the car as much as perhaps some of the wider, more flowing efforts that are the Severn Valley, the Red Kite, things like that.
Yeah, the tighter stages actually suit me better, because a lot of our tracks over would be more like a lot of them would be a lot narrower than what we used to over here. That was a big issue when I came back at the start of this year at the Red Kite. I was trying to get my pace notes back suited to the corners over here. You could be 2 gears higher over here than what you'd be at home, so that was a big issue, but we're getting back to it now.
It's going to be a year, as you said, of adaptations and development. You predicted at the end of the year maybe being competitive. Surely the pressure's on a little bit now, not just to be competitive.
Oh, definitely. I thrive competition. I definitely not coming here to make up the numbers in it, and I think we've proven that so far. I mean, there's a lot of stages we've matched the Escorts, and we're definitely, I think they're starting to watch us now, and at the start they were hesitant, but I think they're starting to look now, yeah.
13th is our first Class D3 crew of Adrian Young and Gwynfor Jones in their Ford Escort Mark II. Next up, our popular Scottish crew Tom Coftree and Calvin Coolidge in their Escort Mark II, another car running in Category K. Lake District based Paul Fry and Mike Steele are second in Class D3 in their Escort Mark II. Battling with Fry in Class D3 are John Baker and Sam John, and they are having a good day's rallying. relatively local crew, Keith Davison and Henry Richardson, are enjoying a good run in their Chrysler Avenger and head up Class D2 for the 1600cc cars. Rounding out the Class D2 runners were Dave Hopkins and Tony Vart in their 1600cc Talbot Sunbeam on the driver's first taste of rallying over these stages. So then, let's take a look at the results with just 2 stages remaining. With Cunningham out and the Alpha sidelined by a roll, just 2 Category 1 runners remain, and Graham Waite leads Paul Mankin. Category 2 is led by David Stokes, with Chris Brown behind. David Kirby is running very impressively in 3rd, with Phil Jobson in 4th, and Robin Shuttleworth 5th. In overall terms, it is Jason Pritchard from Matthew Robinson, with Marion Evans in 3rd and Tim Piercy in 4th. Richard Hill now sits in 5th. Graham Waite convincingly wins Category 1. The old saying, to finish first you have to finish, rings so true here, and Waite claims another good points haul. For Paul Mankin, the finish is a welcome sight after a string of non-finishes, and the fact he finished 2nd is almost forgotten. Category 2 then. Winning Category 2 are David Stokes and Guy Weaver. They push very, very hard on the final 2 stages in Newcastleton and Ash Park and claim an impressive 8th overall. Chris Brown takes 2nd in Category 2. His style of foot to the floor nets him a great podium finish after a couple of early season retirements. David Kirby swings his Mark 1 into 3rd overall and 1st in Class C3. After rolling on the Severn Valley, this is a very welcome result indeed, as the car was only repaired 2 days before the event. 2nd in Class C3 are Phil Jobson and Arwell Jenkins. It's a solid day's rallying from the crew, who have gone well all season. They were glad to have tackled the shakedown stage on Friday, as they found a throttle problem that would otherwise have ruined their rally. Finishing in 5th are Robin Shuttleworth and Ronnie Roughhead, demonstrating the pace of their 1600cc machine to win Class C2. And rounding out the Category 2 runners are Barry Jordan and James Grattan Smith, who had a ball in their Avenger. Over to the overall results then, and claiming their first ever R.A.C. Rally Championship win are Jason Pritchard and Phil Clark. And as Drone Cam shows, they did not back off for one moment during a superb performance that showed just how Jason has got to grips with the Ford Escort. Second overall and Category 3 winners are Matthew Robinson and Sam Collis. The pair pushed as hard as they could in an effort to catch Pritchard, but today it just wasn't to be. Third goes to Marion Evans and Iwan Jones. Another fantastic result, given Marion's relative newcomer status. He's another rising star of the historic scene. Just look at how committed he is on our overhead drone cam. Fourth is a superb result for Tim Piercy and Neil Shanks. Let's hop on board and watch them through the final few bends.
to 3 right, 150. To 3 left, 60. 6 left, don't. 6 left, don't. 40 to fast K left. 40 to open 6 left. Opens go. 80 on you go. Small crest into flat left, okay. 80.
Flat left, yeah.
Yeah. Then fast left in, okay. 150. To flat left, 80. Flat right, 80. Flat left, 80. Flat right, 80. To flat crest bump, 60. Medium left. Then 100. To 6 left, be neat. 6 left, neat. And down to K right, continues and opens to 3 right over finish. On you go. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Well done.
Well done, buddy.
Cheers, buddy.
Good fun.
Yeah, enjoyed that.
5th goes to Richard Hill and Pat Cooper. In many ways, it's job done as they keep a hold on the top of the championship leaderboard. Nick Elliott ends a frustrating day's rallying down in 6th. Elliott is so often the leader, but a wrong tyre choice cost him dear over the opening loop of stages. 7th are Darren Moon and Alan Walker. Let's join them on board as well as on drone cam to watch their final stage run.
Mid over flat crest, go 130. 3 right, no cut. 3 right, no cut. 200. Mid over small crest and jump, 200. Crest and jump into immediate 5 left. Go 250. 1 right, go, okay. 200. 2 left continues and tightens into 5 left. Okay. This is the 5 left, okay. 100. Over small crest. 40. 2 left. 80. Square right. .40. 1 right past junction. 80.
James Potter and Bob Duck bring their car home in an impressive 8th to top the Kumho Clubman's Challenge. Thomas Davis edges ahead of Gareth Lloyd to finish 10th overall. So here are the final results. Graham Waite wins Category 1 from Paul Mankin. Category 2 is won once again by David Stokes, with Chris Brown in 2nd. David Kirby wins his class to finish 3rd, with Phil Jobson a solid 4th. Robin Shuttleworth comes home in 5th and wins Class C2. Overall, it looks like this. Jason Pritchard takes his first win in an escort from Category 3 winner Matthew Robinson. Marion Evans takes a fine 3rd from a delighted Tim Piercy in 4th. Richard Hill claims what could prove to be a crucial 5th. A reminder of how things stand in our Northern Challenge after 2 of the 3 rounds. Jason Pritchard leads the way. From David Stokes in 2nd. with Graham Waite sliding into third. David Kirby's good run today moves him into fourth. And Robin Shuttleworth rounds out our top five. So then, a look at the overall championship standings with just 2 rounds to go. Richard Hill holds a narrow 4-point lead at the top. Hill is being chased down by Nick Elliott. David Stokes could still be in with a shout, just 30 points behind. While Jason Pritchard is right in the hunt once drop scores are factored in. However, the non-finish on the Carlisle Stages drops Ray Cunningham to 5th. Thomas Davis' consistent pace puts him into 6th. Tom Coftree is 7th after another good run in Category K. Marion Evans is a hugely creditable 8th in his debut season at this level. Owen Murphy's mechanical woes mean he is down in 9th. With Simon Crook, the first of our open category runners, in 10th. Co-driven by his brother Alistair, Simon has delivered fine pace in the popular Opel Manta and is mixing times with the leading historic crews. Let's head back to Ollie at the finish at R.J. Murray's in Longtown with the winners.
Paul, to a certain extent, you can only rally against what you can rally against, but sure. It's a creditable pace and a solid pace that gives you confidence for the next round.
Yeah, I mean, finishing's was the main objective today after the recent run of luck that we've had. But actually, certainly, the first loop of stages, we had the wrong tyres on the back. They were just far too soft, so we destroyed them by end of the first stage pretty much. So we put some harder ones on for this second run through, and the times have been much better. So last stage, it looks like we were sort of almost within a second of Graham. So yeah, quite confidence building.
The next round is Neath Valley. Again, it's a total step back towards that Severn Valley direction, and hopefully that's a round that will suit your driving style.
Yeah, we certainly seem to go better on the sort of fast flowing stages than the niggly twisty ones, and typically a lot of the Welsh ones are fast and flowing, so yeah, fingers crossed.
And as you say, getting to the finish today was the big thing. No dramas, a pretty steady run?
Well, actually we had a massive drama on the fourth stage. We went off and went a long way down a ditch. I didn't think it would come back on, but it just popped back on after about sort of literally 20 or 30 yards down a ditch at very high speed, so we were very lucky, and it doesn't appear to have damaged the car at all, so I think the gods were with us today.
Graham, congratulations, another brilliant Category 1 win.
Thank you. It's not been without its little incidents. We went off again on stage 4 into a ditch, but managed to get out, so lost probably again 15 seconds or something like that, but apart from that, it's been fairly straightforward. Second time round the stages were much more grip than being first on the road. It was just like driving on ice, but a lot more grip, and once you got used to that you could go quicker. But looking for the slippy bits.
It wouldn't be a run round the sort of the Kielder area, if you like, without visiting the ditches, would it?
No, but we only did 2 wheels at a time, that's all. We managed it's the back wheels in the first time off and the front wheels the second time off, so we're alright.
Looking at Category 1 results sort of across the year now, there's going to be a real battle between yourself, Ray and Simon, isn't there, towards the sharp end of the year?
Probably. I mean, I didn't do the red kite because I was away, so I couldn't actually do the start of the season, and I had a retirement last time, so I can't drop anything else. Neath Valley should be interesting, and see how things go from there.
David, congratulations, yet another Category 2 win.
Yeah, it looks like it, by a fair margin, I think, somewhere around 40 seconds, is it? Thereabouts, I think, something like that, so yeah, that's good.
Chris says he's happy that he beat you on 3 and on the final one, but I think it was job done across the first 2 stages, really.
Yeah, he beat us on the final one, did he? Yeah. What, tonight?
Yeah.
This afternoon? And he did this morning? Yeah, he obviously suits him more. But I didn't change tyres, I don't know where he did, but I didn't change any tyres at all today. I've done it on like 2 this morning and 2 on the back this afternoon. Same front ones.
Did you register for the Kumo Club?
No, I'm not into Kumos, I'm into Pirelli!
Oh, right, okay. Name drop.
Of course. Why not?
But in all seriousness, it's a really, really good result. I think it's 8th overall as well. You've pushed right in amongst the Mark II machinery.
Yeah, we're in the middle of it, which is fine. Which suits me. That's fine. I'm happy.
Is that it for this year for the R.A.C, or do you think maybe Neath and Track Road? Come on.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see what's going on first.
Yeah. You got to be tempted to come out and try and claim those Category 2 honours again and again and clean sweep.
Well, maybe. We'll see.
Chris, David was just that bit too strong for you at the end of the day, but other than that, it's a cracking drive.
Yeah, we had a really good go this afternoon, but he was going too well. But I think we beat him on the last one and we beat him on the 3rd stage. So I'm happy that I beat him at some point today, but not overall. But there's the next one.
Oh, absolutely, and also the car back in one piece, well driven. You're happy with the car?
Oh, the car's been fantastic, absolutely over the moon with it. Yeah, no, we've had a really clean, good run today. Just need to go a bit faster, beat David.
I think on the next one there's the possibility that Warren will be back and there may be a few others kicking around Category 2. It's going to be more challenging, isn't it?
I hope they are back, because just David and I in Category 2 is no fun. Warren's we swap seconds with Warren all day, and then we can both push David and try and beat David. That's our aim.
Nick, a case of damage done this morning?
Yeah, as I said when I saw this morning, we were awful all over the road. The tyres just didn't hook up at all. We put different ones on for this afternoon. It transformed the car. Unfortunately, we spent 15 seconds in stage 4 in a ditch, although we were still quicker than this morning's time. And on the short 7 miles of stage 5, like 25 seconds quicker with different rubber on. So I think tyres have cost us the rally. So one of those days, really. They did well on the Severn Valley, but they were hopeless here. So we've got to sort it out for the next one.
I suppose it's a sign of your years of rallying that though, that getting to the finish was important today, getting those points.
I knew getting to the finish was important, but I was hoping to be a bit higher up, really. You win and lose some, it's how rallies go, but this morning we had 2 tyres. We were looking at which ones we put on. We thought we put on what we won the Severn Valley on, but they were just completely the wrong choice. If we'd have gone the other way, we'd have just been in a different league of time, like the others were, really, and all the different makes there are to choose from now. Maybe there's too much choice, too many different makes, too many patterns, I don't know, but tyres have cost us the rally today.
Richard, it's probably described as a clever day's rallying. Job done in front of Nick, secure those championship points.
Yeah, it is. It's after this morning having the puncher, all we could look for is trying to just pip Nick on the points. It'd have been nice to have done a lot better, but this at the end of the day is as good as we could ever hope for, really.
It was a rally, it was strange in many ways that one small problem for yourself at the beginning of the day just meant that the rest of the field got away from you and you were always going to claw time back, but not enough.
Yeah, I mean, on these short rallies, when you've got 45 stage miles, they're like a sprint. There's no time for any error or anything like that. You've got to be on it from the start. And as we said, if you just make a slight mistake, that's it, you're done for the day. And you just got to make the best of it as you can.
Taking a look forward, you don't like making things easy for yourself, do you? Last year in the championship that you won, you took it right down to the wire. There's a fairly good chance it's going to happen again.
Yeah, it's looking that way. I should stop messing around and get it done early doors, shouldn't I?
Tim, congratulations, a very solid 4th place.
Well, we're waiting for it to be confirmed, but we think we might be fourth. Yeah, we've had a brilliant day. Been absolutely fantastic fun. Stages have been brilliant. Haven't really cut up. A few little rocks in places. Fast flowing. I've got a lot of confidence back today as well, driving the car. Rallying doesn't get much better than this.
Considering Hampsley was sort of the first event back, and then the Severn Valley, and then now everything just seemed to click today.
Yeah, we've made a few changes to the car, which has been a massive improvement. I feel a bit more back into it. I like the dry conditions. They suit me. When it's a bit wet, I haven't got the same level of confidence. At least here, you know it's going to be the same every corner. And we've just had a great day, really. Good fun.
Marion, fantastic. Third overall. Congratulations.
Yeah. Quite happy with that, really. We came here to finish because we didn't finish the last one. Just nice to finish and get the mileage in. Learn again. I've been mixing it with these guys in front. It's pretty special because they've been doing it for a few years, and it's nice to get in the mix with them.
I suppose, yeah, as you say, it is development, it is time in the car, it is getting used to the car, and if you're picking up results like this, you must be thinking already to next year and very positive things.
Yeah, we tried a few different springs and things on the back for this one, because I learnt a bit on the Sam Valley that I needed to stiffen the car up a little bit. So maybe we'll do a few more things to the car. I've got a few plans in my head which I think I'd like to try and see how they get on, how they work well, see how they work.
The next round is the Neath Valley. It's the last Welsh round of the year. Pressure's on to get a good result.
Yeah, I suppose. I'm not looking at any championships or nothing like that this year. Just go again and try and finish and get the mileage in, and looking forward to the Albert Clark at the end of the year.
Matthew, it's a second, 10 seconds behind Jason, but another good rally.
Yeah, we've had a good day, and if Jason has took a chunk out of us on one of those, fair play to him, because we pushed on sort of as hard as we could, really. So yeah, no, we've had a mega day, and we've sort of done our best, really. So yeah,
I think with you, you always say at the start, and you genuinely mean it, bring the car home and have a big smile on your face.
Yeah, and that's what we've done again. We said on the way back, did me and Samuel, we didn't know whether we're first or second. We knew we'd done enough for Richard and Nick, but we didn't know what Jason had done, so if he's done a little bit more, fair play to him.
Jason, congratulations.
Were we finished?
Oh, well, this is a great moment. Congratulations, first R.A.C. win.
Cheers, Phil. Well done.
Cheers, thank you. Yeah. No, that's the trouble when you're all the stages together. You haven't got a clue where you are. You just got to go flat out, and we did that this afternoon, and the old girl went well, to be fair.
You've always said it's just about seat time and development and getting to know the car, and it's proven, hasn't it?
Yeah. Today, we had a good, clean run. We had no issues. I tried to look after the tyres, but this afternoon, I just gave it hell, to be fair, and that was good fun.
Was it perhaps a case of you didn't know where you were, you felt a bit like the shackles were off almost, you just drove as you drive and you happened to have won the rally, if you get what I mean?
Yeah, when it's like this, such short events as well, you've got to go flat out, and you never know where you are, and you can only ever do your best, and that's what I always try and do.
I think the problem is, though, in this championship, everybody who wins around, there seems to be then a moving target on their back. Look at what's happened to Matt and Nick and Matty. You're now in that group. You're going to be someone that everyone's looking at now.
Yeah, well, there might have been before, but you never know. Anyone in the top 10 could win on the day, and today's my lucky day. So, Neath Valley, it could be anyone else.
Today, Jason Pritchard won't forget in a hurry his maiden WWRS R.A.C. Championship win. And by gosh, what a fantastic drive, beating Matty Robinson well into second place, with the ever-improving Welshman Marion Evans in third. Interesting to see Richard Hill and Nick Elliott have their own little battle down there for 5th and 6th, those all-important championship points. And it's getting very, very tight in the championship. They'll all be back to battle it out on the Neath Valley stages. That's in a couple of weeks' time. But for all of us here at the R.A.C. Championship, thanks for watching and good night.